Hey guys, welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. My name is Mumbles, and again, we're going to go ahead and do a tier list. This is going to be a tier list on weapons. We're going to have a series of these, kind of go through each set, so that you guys can know what guns to use, what guns not to use, and all that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of guns, there's a lot of maps, there's a lot of loot, there's a lot of different things in Tarkov that you need to understand. So kind of giving you a tier list of what's good and what's bad is probably going to help you guys out a little bit more in understanding the game and what to use. So here we go with a tier list on the weapons in Escape from Tarkov. Alright, so for the first gun we have here, we have the Ash 12. Now, Ash 12 I like a lot. It's cheap, it's powerful, it literally throws like soda cans at people. Not quite soda cans, like small Red Bull cans. But you get the point. It hits like a truck, and I absolutely love it the more I use it. I'm going to put it in my A tier, honestly, because it's a 2-tap no matter what. So I think Ash 12 is going to be in an A tier for me. Oh, we need to put the Tazi boy in the S. For the memes, chat. For the memes. So, out of sniper rifles in this game, the DVL itself isn't... DVL Saboteur is by far my favorite rifle. I have numerous of these in my inventory late wipe. I bring it all the time with like a sidearm into shoreline or woods or something along those lines. So DVL in my case, if you put the Saboteur on it, and because it's so ergonomic, the suppressor makes it absolutely silent. The 5.7 is going to be the S tier pistol. So I'm going to put pistols in their own kind of lane, just because there's different... Pistols don't really relate to the rifles and submachine guns and all that kind of stuff. So 5.7, definitely the S tier pistol. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love it. The GL40, and actually the Mark 18 are going to be irrelevant, because they are one-hit kills for the most part. I think Mark 18 has like a super low % chance for you not to kill them, but it's the odds of getting a one shot by this is so high that it's not even worth talking about with power and recoil and all that stuff, because the recoil and ergonomics doesn't matter in this case because it's a one shot kill. The shrimp is going to be an A tier. The shrimp, the SP13 is a great round. It has decent penetration with decent damage, so you can't really go wrong with that. It is a great all around gun. HK, definitely going to be an S tier. You can get the recoil super low with still having the ergonomics as a decent amount, and you can have that suppressed. So therefore, the HK probably is one of the best assault rifles in the game because of how you can customize it. It is expensive to customize though, so it's more of like a late game thing. However, having that like 39 recoil with the 56 ergonomics with the M855A1 and 995 is just superior. It's a gun to reckon, like, just absolutely demolish with. The Mossberg 590, shotgun wise, I don't use shotguns that much, but for a shotgun, I do think it's A tier. You can customize it quite a bit and put a lot of stuff on it. And AP20 slugs are just devastating. KS23 is definitely S-class. I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's well balanced. Yes, you can one-tap people in the legs, but like I don't think you understand how big of a shell this is, because it's not your normal 12-gauge shotgun. It's a beast. You only have 4 rounds with 1 in the chamber. So, well, 3 rounds and then 1 in the chamber. So 3 plus 1. And if you're outside of 15, 20 meters, the range is so wide that you're not going to be able to get a headshot. You might be able to take some damage on your limbs, but it's not going to do that much to you at that point. See, here's the thing. If I'm going to go with just 5.56, I think MDR is going to come down, M4 is going to stay up. So HK, M4, and then MDR. The MDR, just because it does have a little bit slower rate of fire, however, is super accurate, so you're kind of have a toss-up there. And then your 8R, you can get very well. If I had the TX15 here, I would definitely put that in C, just because they are a single-shot 5.56. However, they are good for medium to long range. Just because of the Mosin round and how it can go through just about anything is devastating. And I definitely think the Mosin deserves the A spot for the bolt action. And M61, I would just rather take the DVL over the M700 any day, even though it's a lot more expensive. The MCX, I think, is a B tier, maybe C tier weapon. A lot of people do well with this, and I can't do well with it. I want to because it's 300 blackout and I love the round. But for some reason, this gun just doesn't mend well with me using it. So I'm going to have to stick it at a C, unfortunately. MP7 is definitely going to be an S tier SMG. AK-74N. Since the buff, since the 545 buff, AK-74N is one of my favorite guns to run now. It's got a great all-around recoil and ergonomics now. Since they buffed a couple of the parts for the 545 gun. So I'm excited to actually put this in A tier. I don't think it's an S tier or even close to an S tier. However, with that being an A tier now, I definitely run this a lot more since the buff. SR25. I'm going to put it at a B, and this is hard for me. I absolutely love the SR25. It's one of my favorite all-time rifles. In any game, real life, SR25 is one of my favorite guns. However, again, I would rather take an RSAS over it and then an M1A over that. So therefore, I don't feel like I can put it in an A or an S. Because the lowest recoil I've gotten is like 80 or something like that. Like right around 80. And the RSAS and the M1A, you can just get way better recoil for the ergonomics on it. So I have to put it at a B. It kills me, but I have to put it at a B. SVDS, this is one of my fun guns. This is one of the guns where I throw a PK06, or not PK06, a OKP7 sight on it. I put a couple rails on it, I put a suppressor on it, and I just go in and CQB and SVDS into it. And it's just devastating because the SNB and 7N1 is just incredibly scary, and it just dominates anyone with thick armor. AK-103, AK-762 BP, I think is an all-around great round. I think it is well balanced because you can get the recoil down to like 60 now with the buff to AK parts. So yeah, I want to leave the AK-103 at S tier just because 762 BP is just so great, such a great round. Vector go Bert. That's about it. It's one of those guns where you just hold the trigger on someone and either you're going to melt through them before they know what's going on, or you're going to get a headshot and they're not going to know what's happening either. It's one of my most fun guns to run around with and try to kill thick boys and go in the factory with. I love the Vector in any game. In this game, it still holds up to its name. The Vector is awesome. In fact, I would rather use the 45 Vector over it. I don't think the 45 Vector is an A tier just because of the 30 round mags. If they gave us 40 round mags, it would probably go to A tier because it does have the higher rate of fire with the 45 AP, but the 30 round mags I think kills it the most. The Vapor AKM 366. The 366 AK is one of my favorite guns to go scav hunting with. It one-tap scavs. If they have Zuck armor or press armor, Zuck press, Karasa, it'll two-tap them. But anything below that, it'll one-tap. Anyone with level 5 and under, click fast. It's a great gun to kind of melt through their armor. It does take a few rounds, but you can do the job. The Hunter is an all-around great budget weapon. It is a great budget weapon to go killa hunting, thick boy hunting. You just throw some M61 and a couple 10-round mags, and going with that and try to kill a thick boy. There's our tier list for our weapons. We're going to leave out these ones just because they're kind of repetitive from like the AK-103, the Keter, single shot 762 doesn't need to be mentioned, and then the AK-105 I don't think needs to be mentioned either. So out of those guys, there you guys go. There's the weapon tier list. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye. Deuces.